They are an absolute blast. People around here are in the best mood tonight. I've never seen people having so much fun, and we're all at work. But we're gonna move on to some great gift ideas. This is absolutely one of the best things you can do for yourselves. It's from Bell+Howell, and this is a Weatherforce 360. It's a reversible windshield cover, and you're not getting one, you're getting two at $19.95. This is a Black Friday deal price. What's amazing about these is that they're great for summer and for winter. Look at this. No more of that nightmare scraping the windshield, trying to get inside of your car, heating it up for 20 minutes before you can get out of the driveway, because you know what? Your car has been freezing all night long. I've been there. I've lived there. For 3 decades of my life, I lived there. This is something that you're gonna use in the summer, though, to keep the interior of your car cool, too. So there's a lot of things to love about this, and our friend Lou Caputo is joining us to show us exactly how it works.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. Good to see you, Lou.
Good to see you. So this has been like one of the hottest gifts
I
this
know.
year. It's just crazy
I love
to me.
it.
But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? It actually makes sense, because we've got window scrapers, we've got our sunshades that we put in our cars, right? This is something that replaces both of those, and you can use this year round. Now, we call it the 360, not because you can only use it 360 days a year, because it's 360 days, you know, 360 around, like the circle. So you can use it in the summertime, wintertime, you know, whenever you want to. It's gonna block the snow, it's gonna block the ice, it's gonna do the, you know, block the slush, bird droppings, your neighbor's sprinklers with the hard water stains. It's gonna block all of that. And you're getting two of these. Now, this is what it looks like when it's folded up, okay? And it's actually in its little carrying pouch right here. But here's the cool thing. The carrying pouch is actually attached to it. So you're never, ever gonna lose it, because trust me, I'm that guy, and I would. Now, one side of it is this silver material that you're seeing right here. This is a very high-grade denier nylon, okay? So you can feel this. It sounds like a piece of luggage almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See how thick that is?
Heavy duty, yeah.
Very heavy stitching on this, but then the other side, and it is reversible, is this side right here, and it's a black rubber surface right here. Now, the silver side, because it's a lighter color, is going to reflect the sun, right? So you want to use that anytime that it's hot outside, but when it gets cool outside, then you want to switch it over to the black rubber side. And the reason being that the rubber side is not going to let any moisture touch your windshield. So that ice is never going to have a chance to form on the actual glass itself.
I tell you what, that is, in and of itself, it's worth it right there.
Smart.
Just for that purpose right there, to just peel it away. But in the summer, oh, have you ever gotten in a car where the leather is like 900 degrees and scalded your legs if you're wearing shorts? The worst thing ever. So I love that this is summer and it's winter, and nobody can steal it.
Well, and that's the cool thing too. And let me show you that, because there's a couple of neat features that they built into this. For instance, in every corner on this, there are magnets built in, okay? And on the top and the bottom. So when you actually put this on your windshield, like right here, if I kind of push this up there, there's a little tiny circle you could see right there. That's the magnet. It's a very strong magnet too. But there's 4 of those, 1 in each corner, and then there's 2 more top and bottom, so 6 total. So that's one way it's gonna stay on your windshield. Now the other way, I'm gonna fold this piece up back here, are these flaps right here, and you saw them putting them into the doors. Now, there's actually a plastic stiffener inside of this, right?
I see.
Yeah, and that's going to get caught inside the door when you flap this in there, and that's what's gonna hold this. Also prevent the wind from blowing it off too. That's the other thing. So it'll stop the wind from blowing it, but it'll stop anybody from stealing it. And then the last thing I wanna show you is actually right here. And this is that pouch. That's this right here, where this is folded up into, and it's actually attached to it. So you're never, ever, ever gonna lose that either. They really thought of everything.
I think it's a great price for one at $19.95, but you're getting 2. Think about that. I mean, $10 a piece when you think about just the comfort factor if you're using it in the summer, and then just the reality of it is not fun to have to get out to a cold car, scrape that windshield down. Oh, I have spent too many hours of my life doing that.
Me too.
And if you live in a cold climate, you know it's just the worst. This can prevent any of that ever having to happen. I mean, seriously? This pays for itself just by one time. Being able to walk out and do that instead of scrape down that windshield.
Yeah, well, I mean,
in my opinion.
I grew up in New York. I went to college in Massachusetts. I spent a lot of time brushing snow, scraping snow, doing all that. If you've ever broken one of these, then you're standing out there with your windshield frozen. You're like, now what am I gonna do? If I never have to do this again, it'll be too soon. And the Weatherforce 360 is actually, this will make sure that you never have to do that again. You're never gonna have to sit there, let the engine run for 15, 20 minutes.
Exactly.
till it gets warm. You know, you're never going to have to scrape it off again. The funniest thing is one time I was out there, you know, when I lived in New York, and I looked down the street, and every single house had somebody out there, you know, when it was barely light out, scraping the windshields in the freezing cold. With the Weatherforce 360, you literally walk out there and you just flip it off, and all that snow comes off. The ice will never form on there, which is beautiful. Now, in the summertime, though, when you have that silver side facing out, guess what? It's going to block all the UV rays. It's going to block the heat. So it's going to protect your interior, your dashboard, your steering wheel, everything. But also, you're not getting in the car, as you were saying, you're not going to get in there and burn yourself when you get in the vehicle.
It's, by the way, these are machine washable too, so they'll always be clean. And I love that it's 365 days a year to be able to give you the benefits in your car. This is, and free shipping. I think we've just passed 30,000 2-packs. This is the best thing you could possibly get yourself, get as a gift. I mean, if you're a practical person, giver like I am, and you know somebody who lives in that cold climate, help them out a little bit. Give a friend a little help here. Yeah. This is an awesome choice. And Bell+Howell, this is interesting. Oh, yeah. Because that's, you know.
So this is my thing about these, okay? These work. I'm not going to say they don't work. They do work. But here's the thing. First of all, they only work on the inside. They do nothing for the glass part. So, you know, bird droppings in the summertime, or in my case, it's my neighbor's sprinklers. Love my neighbors, hate their sprinklers, because they have hard water. So when it hits my windshield, it dries and it etches the windshield.
It does.
I could use an entire bottle of wiper fluid, and it will not clean that off. No, but ever since I started using this, my Weatherforce 360, guess what? No more etching on the windshield. No more bird droppings, none of that. And as you mentioned, when it gets dirty, right into the wash, comes out clean.
That is so true about the whole like reclaimed water thing. If you've got that, it's terrible.
It really is bad for pretty much everything it touches.
It is. I've got some of my sprinklers hit one of my windows in the house, and I'm like, I mean, I literally had to replace the window after a while. Yeah, that was fun. That's fun money to spend.
I've actually seen the side of people's houses where that reclaimed water hits the side of it, turns it brown,
Yellow and brown.
So if you think about it, year round, you can use this. Now, as a gift idea, though, seriously, this is one of those gifts, and I love to give presents like this. They're never going to guess that you only paid $10 for one. You know what I mean? Because it's just the quality. When you feel this, it's so much nicer than what you would expect for that price.
What are the dimensions here? I think
66 inches across. Okay. And then it's 46 inches tall. So basically, it'll fit any vehicle. What I mean by that is I have a full-size pickup truck. Okay, it fits my windshield perfectly. My wife Kelly has a Jeep Wrangler, which is a much smaller windshield, and it fits that as well.
Good. Okay.
So it's got plenty of space on there. You don't have to worry about, you know, is it going to fit? You know, what kind of car are they driving? Listen, as long as they have a vehicle, 4 wheels, and it rolls, they can use this, okay? It's that simple.
I think it is fantastic. I think this is one of the most brilliant designs.
It's great.
I mean, the whole idea of just keeping the hot sun from heating up your interior in the summer, and then this being the complete opposite as well, so it's both cold and hot. In the winter, to be able to put this just on the outside of your windshield to protect the windshield so it doesn't freeze up overnight. And I mean, it takes a long time to defrost a windshield with
forever.
Even a half of an inch of ice.
You know you can scratch a windshield too? If you're too rough on it, you can scratch the glass on the windshield. Once it's there, it's there. Now, what I was doing is I'm just spraying water on this to show you that it is waterproof, okay? And you can see right here, this water is just beating up. But here's really why I'm doing this. Underneath this, we've got a piece of tissue paper, and this tissue paper is bone dry, despite the fact, but not only is the tissue paper dry, this is where I was spraying on the opposite side. All of this side is perfectly dry as well because this plastic, or the rubber I should say, that's on this side of it is totally impermeable to water. So the water is not going to go through this, which means no water, no ice.
That's the way to go in the winter. And then the opposite side, which is the gray color, that's what you will use in the summer. Right. Just recommend using that on the outside of the car in the summer?
Absolutely, because the silver side, the light colors reflect, you know, heat, and they reflect the sun. Dark colors absorb the heat from the sun, okay? So it makes sense that that dark side, not only because it's rubberized and it's gonna prevent the ice, but I want the heat from the sun in the wintertime. I want that to get, you know what I mean? It's gonna melt anything that's sitting on top of this, number one. Doesn't matter, because I'll just flip it off anyway, but it warms up the inside of the car. And that's a nice little bonus for you or anyone that you give this to as a gift.
So something to think about if you wanted to get a couple of these, you are getting 2, keep in mind, for $19.95. But if you wanted to get multiples, if you get to $75 on your purchases, nice. You know, you'll get free shipping on every, oh wait, this already has free shipping. Well, still. But I mean, really.
It's an even better deal.
It's an even better deal is right. But it is a promo we're running today. If you get to $75 or more on your purchases, you'll get free shipping. And you can do that multiple times throughout the day. So as we get closer, it's almost the 1st of December and it's crunch time, folks. It is crunch time, and we want you to be ready for yourself and your own family's needs, but for great gift ideas as well. And you know me, I'm a very practical gift giver.
Yes.
Because I know how important it is. My family lives in Minneapolis.
Right.
I mean, they live through these horribly cold days and nights.
The
and
frozen
things like,
tundra.
oh, to have to, who's gonna get up? How does a couple decide who's going to go out there and
whose job
heat
is
up
this?
the car?
Right,
this
exactly.
morning?
Well, you know, it's funny you say that though, because that's why we did a 2-pack. Because most families have 2 cars.
True.
So one for, because we know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get it, the other person's not. It's going to cause a problem. Okay. This way, you both got it. You can put it on both vehicles, and it's going to save you so much time in the morning. Just you whip that off, and you're on your way. You're not out there scraping. Guy Yovan has a great story he told me about how he was driving his brother's car one time, and he lost or broke the ice scraper. He used the case from a cassette tape. Oh. Remember those? A plastic case, and he was there forever, scraping the ice off the windshield, and he actually scratched his brother's windshield. I was telling you could do that. He scratched the windshield. That's why, you know what? At the end of the day, this is a much better option.
I think so. I think this makes a little bit more sense. I mean, there's no effort there other than taking it off.
That's it.
And just shaking off the snow or the ice.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't think ice even accumulates or
It can't. It will on the top, but it cannot on the windshield, and that's the thing. So even if this thing is frozen solid, you just peel it right off. Everything comes off of it. It's that easy to do. And installation, literally, when I take it, you ever see somebody throw a cast net?
Yeah.
Like when you take a net and you throw it like this,
Yeah.
okay? Because this has the magnets in the corners and on the top and the bottom, I literally just throw it across the hood of my truck, and the magnets find the metal around the outside of the windshield, which is really cool. And then I might have to straighten out a little bit here or there, tuck the 2 tabs into the doors. But that's it. It's so easy.
And it's not like those magnets are heavy and weighted, so they're not going to
They're
push your car.
strong, but they're not heavy. They're not going to damage anything.
Right, exactly.
And then you got these little tabs that you actually tuck in there. That's going to prevent it from blowing up, but also from the nefarious types from absconding with it.
Ooh, nice sentence with lots of big words there at 12:40 a.m. You know? Thank you for your orders on these. God, we're almost at 31,000 at this point. What we have is what we have for the season. I don't want you to miss out on these. Yeah, this is it. Your chance to do it. Great value. I got him. Item is 852159. Lou, thank you.
You're welcome, Kelly.
Always fun to work with you. You crack me up. Hello. Goodbye.
Hi. Goodbye.
All right, I want to remind you of our today's special. Was that a blast watching everybody?
That was really cool.
Oh my gosh.
I want one.
Well, you do, and you're getting 2. It's a 2-pack of these awesome stunt cars, remote control stunt cars. They are more powerful, more lights, more fun features than ever before, 2.4 gigahertz. So you can incorporate, if you had 100 cars, everybody could be playing at the same time. But even if you only have 4 or 6 or 10, everybody can be using the same kind of frequency and just have a blast. The item here is 844656. Those are the color choices. You can do red and blue, that's in the lead. You can do the purple and gold, that's on the far right, or you can do the the orange and green in the middle, and they're separately boxed. They are just awesome. Honestly, they are just a blast. We're gonna do another airing in about 15-20 minutes, so stick around. The item to get it now, though, is 844656. So we go from one great gift idea to another great gift idea to a must-have,